to all you fellow TIs out there. I seen Brian 2's channel on one of his recent vids, and it got me a bit worried about a few things. And I'm pretty sure most of you have, but then some of you have made and have not. Know that from one of the topics that he was talking about was that they are planning to basically prevent people who are blacklisted from leaving the states. You know, from actually moving away from the state that they're in, so you can't move from state to state. But despite that, like they seem to be very afraid of TIs communicating with one another. I'm gonna give you a few tips that I picked up from the homeless King James channel, and I still need to make a donation to that guy. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna try to. But I can't. I'm just not in a position to do that at this present moment. But soon I will. One of the things that I realized that, like, if I would constantly say divide by zero, it would mess with the computer. If they would, flash me with a color, I could just think of a random one or something different. Not gonna say anything specifically, not even the color itself, really. Something just completely randomized, and it wouldn't mess with the computer. It messed with it so much that, and there it is. You know that itchy sensation? I'm starting to break free from that now. I almost did it. I almost rubbed the back of that, but no. I know what that is. And sorry about that. Looks like the camera timed out. Anyway, yeah, it says that, like, they're gonna end up preventing people from leaving the state lines. Now, what got me worried about this is that, here's the thing: if you're blacklisted, you know you can't work, right? And these are fallacious reasons and BS reasons why they have you blacklisted, and it's mostly to suppress both information and to suppress potential threats to their destructive organization. That's what that is. But they don't want us to, they don't want us to join forces together and literally connect with people, other TIs within our state or within other states as well. They don't want us to do that. So I'm about to go on a search today. I'm going to go on a search to find as many TIs as I can within my own area. Most of them probably have made it channels, but again, some of them probably haven't. That's the other thing that I'm worried about, because I'm pretty certain there's got to be a lot more TIs out here. I'm certain of that. I'm certain of that, as well as people who are unaware. I ended up shouting out exactly who Barack Obama is in one of the local pharmacies a couple of days ago, and the dude. And you gotta understand, I did this just to see if everyone involved there was a perp. They weren't. They weren't. And sure enough, the first one, it seemed to be obviously that everybody's there as a perp. But you see, here's the thing: they toy around with materialistic things for control. It isn't the item that they cared so much about, it's the control over you that they want. So they will snatch that away to try to get control over you. When I started to figure that out, that's when I stopped putting personal value into materialistic things and more value into my well-being. So I advise everybody else to do the same thing for themselves as well. Put more value into yourself, into your family, of course. And of course, everybody's going to put, we're all going to put value in our families. I need to warn my family about this, of what's happening, because if I don't, then it's going to affect them later on. But I'm going to leave it off to where it's mostly a choice to where they would see it, because at the same time, it's like a double-edged sword when it comes to this. By me warning them, well, that puts that, I mean, everybody's already at risk anyway. So regardless, it's better that they do know than not know, you know? At least that's the way that I see it. And in other people's cases, there's just a lot that I'm seeing that it would just be too much of a detrimental effect on them. So I honestly don't know how to handle that situation, because at the same time I see how beneficial it could be, but at the same time it seems to be a lot more damaging to them than useful. But at the same, like, again, like, I mean, I'm just one person. One person can only do so much, you know, but many can do a whole lot, can accomplish a whole lot. Now, they're signing bills away to where they are suppressed. They're going to be able to suppress information on social media, to where, like, you won't just be able to, as soon as you see articles on, like, as far as the news, or if you see broadcast and stuff, you won't be able to you know take the little snippets of that and then do an overview on it on YouTube and stuff like that. They're trying to fix it to where you can't do that. They're trying to say, oh well, like, you're gonna have to pay to use this information. They're doing that to suppress information, so that you can't speak out, so that what they're doing doesn't come on notice to the masses. Man, we need to go out and literally boost awareness of this as best we can, not just across our state, but I mean, not just across from one state to another, but within our own mainly, because I don't think we're doing as much of enough effort to really spread awareness within a single state. But that doesn't mean that there aren't, TI rallies out there to actually expose this demonic organization for what it is. But you ever notice, because I did, that information on this is highly suppressed. And even when they do show it to where it is enough people, they have it on the media. And they have people who they have paid out to discuss it, saying, oh, well, like, these people are just delusional. How can you explain high electromagnetic fields emanating on a person who is moving around and not just staying in one spot? That's not something that gets generated by the human body, okay? Not at the levels that we've had it. For all target individuals, man. Like, this situation is really getting serious, a lot more serious than it ever was, even though it was already serious to begin with. Here's what I'm thinking. The one thing they don't want us to do is to basically connect and have a way to spread awareness and have a way to where we can have communications. They are constantly messing with communications because of this. There was a guy who went out and created a social platform known as TrueTube, right? Who created a social platform called TrueTube to where they can't F with. Here's the thing: we need to do something. Either use that platform and then boost advertisement on that, so that we can boost awareness to where it's a social media outlet of which they don't have control, because that's what's happening. They're paying people off to own these social media organizations to suppress information. YouTube is being paid off to suppress our information. Not just YouTube, Google, Facebook, all of these social media organizations who have a lot of people involved are being paid to do this shit. The one thing I started to understand is that there are live streams in many different channels out there, and you could actually go to the people, and they would freak the fuck out when I do this. Now, I haven't said anything yet. I'm not gonna say even if I am or if I'm not. I'm gonna be very decisive about it. But basically, here's the scenario. They get very spooked when I go to a live stream channel of a different channel that's completely unrelated to this, to the situation. Think about it. If they're trying to suppress your information, why not just go to where all the people are at? Literally, not so much as self-advertise your channel, but just say, look, there's some serious information on my channel that you all need to know, that you all need to see, that is being suppressed, that is being and that was probably the damn thing again. Anyway, that's probably being suppressed in this situation, to where you need to be informed immediately. This is for your safety. This is your safety that is at risk and that could be stripped away if nothing is done about the situation. Not just the safety for you, not just the safety and freedom for you, but the safety and freedom for all. That's what you need to do. If they're trying to keep, because they're trying to keep us away from everybody else who is not aware of this, man. They're trying to. So that's just one tip from me to you. But also, again, here's another. Again, the two tips that you can use from this. And this didn't come from me. This is something that I got from. I picked up from the Homeless King James channel. I'm even gonna leave a link in the description to his channel so that you all can check his content out. He's he's in a very dire situation right now, just like we all are, you know. And he definitely could use some support. I'm just doing my part by spreading out awareness and trying to get all TIs to connect as best I can. But again, I'm just one person, you know. I'm just one person. But even, I mean, a lot of this information other people looked up and found, but I did my part in sharing this information. If you've seen my recent vids, that and you can just tell. You can just tell just by seeing that a lot of the stuff that they are putting in our foods, a lot of the stuff that they're putting in our drinks, a lot of the stuff that they're putting in our water is what's affecting us. You take all of those ingredients away, all those harmful ingredients that these scientists are using, and you just detoxify yourself from all of that, slowly but surely, this weapon's not going to be able to connect to you. And here's the thing, like, if something can connect to you, then there is definitely a way to disconnect it. There has to be. Because otherwise, if there wasn't, right? If there was no sure way to disconnect yourself from this supercomputer, here's my question. Why? Just why would they send someone in here to sneak in here and steal my phone that had the account of the YouTube channel on it? Why would they do something like that, you know? While I was trying to upload that one particular video that had a lot of information regarding those ingredients and stuff. In fact, I actually wanted, I need to just do a rundown of that, which I'm gonna do soon, to put it on this channel because it's on that one, but that's not the guide channel, so like it needs to be on this one. It needs to be on this one. So I'm gonna do that soon. So just sit tight for that, okay? I probably should be able to get that done before I have to head out for today. But I'm seeing two case scenarios: either leave the country, either we leave the country, or we stay and fight this and put a stop to it. And I mean, like, really put a stop to it. I'm not saying going out in the streets, guns a-blazing. No, I'm talking about we do exactly what they don't want us to do. We form our own sense of media that's not being controlled. And we do our best to keep that source media protected and the service of that media protected at all costs. And on top of that, we advertise the channels that have all the information out into the local state, like out into our local states to boost awareness. I would say, like, go ahead and put out flyers and stuff like that. Go around town with or at least like on the sidewalk or something in a very public area that has high traffic, people walking around or something. Have yourself a large bulletin board put up and literally list a lot of the things that they have and just give warnings out about what's going on. You know, you could do that, or because honestly, this social media thing is still another thing, but there it is again. I'm starting to understand what this is. It's both a desire to do something, and then they'll affect a certain area on your body to try to trigger that desire, but it's to get you to do the base. It's basically to have the same. They're basically like a breaking, trying to break through to get to your neurons in your neuronic pathways. So, seeing as how an action is being triggered, you need to learn how to fight that reaction. Immediately, just stop yourself immediately from doing it as soon as you feel the urge to do it. But again, when they flash you with colors, don't think about it. To Nappy Headed Roots, to what other channel did I see before that had a lot of people reacting to this? Not even just Nappy Headed Roots, but everybody else. Listen, when they flash you with colors, don't think about the one that they are flashing you with. Don't react to it. Don't, because you want to know why they're not getting all up. You want to know why they keep doing it. You want to know why they keep they're not getting upset about that. It's because they're still getting what they needed to get, your reaction. They're still getting you to think about it. They're still getting you to mention about it. Get your evidence, but do not react to what they are doing. If you see them perpetrate and do all of this stuff, again, the phrase "divide by zero" seems to have a really good effect on this. But I'm pretty certain that even that's gonna, become affected. But then again, I don't know, because this stuff can still like read thought. So I don't know if they can actually overcome that. But there's that. There's the flip of a coin too. The flip of a coin can help you change your can help you randomize the situation as well, because it can't predict what side will land of that coin. Another thing, a random number generator can change your EEG. Again, a random number generator can change your EEG. You can find this in the format of an app from your app store, or you can just go to Google and type in Google. But honestly, I highly recommend you to just use DuckDuckGo. Just use DuckDuckGo, because Google is basically Perp Central on the net. Okay, Google is Perp Central. Chrome, it's still a Google product, so same thing. I mean, it does supposed to have the same features as DuckDuckGo, but since the perps are the ones who are who have ownership of that, that would just be you feeding them information. Same thing with Facebook. I don't know why so many. Nope, not doing it. I don't know why so many TIs use Facebook, but a way to connect, I suppose. But yeah, like I'm gonna leave some links down in the description, also in the comment section, because I know I believe some people are having trouble finding them, but I don't know. I'm gonna just leave some links down. You'll be able to find the Homeless King James channel. You'll be able to find Brian 2's channel about the situation. But that's the main thing that I'm worried about right now. That people who are blacklisted, like, they won't be able to leave the state, and they won't be able to go anywhere. They'll have to still deal with the same people who are doing this. But it's not that you can't stop any of this. The one thing I'm mainly concerned about is TIs who already recently moved, because here's the problem: when you move into a whole new area and you are a target individual, they're gonna go around the people who you're around the most, and they're gonna go to people who those people knew for the longest, and they're gonna end up trying to get them to pay them off to convince the people who you're mostly around, saying, "Oh, well, like you're trouble," when you're not. You didn't go out looking for trouble. Trouble came out looking for you, and it came in the form of these perks being paid off. This is why I say money doesn't have any value. These you can't. And this is how, this is why I don't react. This is why I gotten so strong as much as I have now, and how I don't react to these perps. These perps are robots, okay? Not humans, not beings. No more, no more. Whatever true selves they had is the ones who are fully involved in this is long gone. Okay, it is completely gone. And let me tell you why. I'm about to tell you why here. The the way that the manipulation. Sorry about that. Okay. The stuff that they're doing, from what I've noticed a perp drinking a soda after I posted the warnings and what this stuff is, right? Of high fructose corn syrup, which is found in every soda out there. Now, why would it? Why now? They see this. They see this information that I put on the channel. They can say whatever they want about me, right? I mean, they're going to regardless, but they're still poisoning themselves. Does that sound natural to any of you? How someone would see something that's a clear enough warning, but they still poison themselves? I don't think so. I don't think so. So again, my advice to all of you out there: do not drink sodas. You're not eating anything with GMO. GMO stands for genetically modified organisms. Do not use toothpaste. Do not use any type of product related to hygiene. You can use, as far as deodorants, toothpaste, uh, mouthwash, uh, wait a minute. It's there. Hang on, because you got to forgive me. They are messing with me like crazy right now. Okay. Um, conditioner and shampoo. Don't use any of that stuff because they put toxified ingredients in these things. You're gonna see it in the next video that I'm gonna post.